Don't let her fool you.
Do you think she's a spy? If you were going to have a spy come over here from Russia, wouldn't it be Valentina Shevchenko?
She speaks multiple languages. She's a weapons expert.
She dances.
She flies planes.
You also played a ukulele.
She plays in movies.
Come on, man. She's a Russian asset, isn't she?
They believe that you are a spy.
Bro, she's got a gun tattooed. Oh, damn, boy. That's a beautiful and terrifying woman.
She's the closest thing we have to a real-life Black Widow, only more violent.
One of the most dangerous women on the planet is Valentina Shevchenko.
2 words describe Shevchenko: ice cold. She's an ice cold killer.
Tell me she wouldn't be the greatest spy of all time. She f***s up everybody.
First of all, I'm not a spy.
Or what if she's not even the only one in her family? Her sister is a 10 times Muay Thai world champion, a UFC fighter, and a pilot. Her mother is a Taekwondo's 3rd Dan black belt and president of a Muay Thai federation. But how can they be Russian spies if they're not even from Russia?
But where were you born?
I was born in Kyrgyzstan. Es un lugar muy lindo en Asia Central, con montañas altas.
But back in 1988, when Valentina was born, Kyrgyzstan was not an independent country, but a Soviet republic.
Before it was Soviet Union, when its countries all united together.
Back in the 1920s, the Soviet Union started sending a bunch of people to its republics to industrialize the region and spread the culture. Valentina's grandmother was one of these people who were sent to Kyrgyzstan. That's why Valentina says she's born in Kyrgyzstan, but is of Russian ethnicity. And she happened to be born at the end of the Cold War.
Your relatives were in the armed forces, correct?
Every man in Soviet Union served something. My grandfather like for 3 years or 5, my father for 2 or 3.
You'd expect that to be the reason why Valentina started training, but you'd be wrong to do so. Because while the men were in the army, Valentina's mother was busy breaking the law, learning karate.
She started when she was young. It was like Soviet Union karate, underground karate, because in Soviet Union it was prohibited to do karate.
Karate was prohibited?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
Why was karate prohibited?
According to Russia Beyond, karate became so popular in the Soviet Union in the 70s that too many athletes stopped training in boxing, sambo, and judo, which hurt the country in the Olympics. The Soviet type of karate was also much bloodier and violent than the international version. It became widely used in the criminal world, and the Soviet police were not equipped to fight back. The martial art was then banned in 1981, when you could be sentenced to 5 years of jail for teaching it. In 1991, 3 things happened. The Soviet Union dissolves, Kyrgyzstan becomes an independent country, and this photo is taken.
This is you 3 years old, and then 2 years later you started
Taekwondo.
Taekwondo. Okay.
I started to practice martial arts because of my mom. She had vision for us that her daughters have to do martial arts, to be strong, to be confident, to be fearless of anything.
Valentina's older sister, Antonina, starts training at 7 years old. Valentina starts at 5.
It was my responsibility to take care of her, to bring her by hand to the gym.
She was example for me. She was looking after me, not getting me in trouble, but she was so severe. She was like, I had to do everything what she said. And my mom knew that if someone will train her daughters, it has to be Pavel.
Pavel Fedotov served as commander of tanks in the army for 2 years before opening his mixed martial arts school.
Él tenía muchos alumnos, muchos campeones mundiales, campeones europeos.
Valentina is my student more than 20 years. She understands me very good. She understands what I want from her in the training.
Entonces, mi entrenador, Pavel, no entrenaba a mí como a una niña. Pavel, he has this idea to create from his students like universal fighter who will dominate like most techniques. I was competing in Taekwondo and Karate and kickboxing and Wushu Sanda, Judo. But of course, my main martial arts is Muay Thai and mixed martial arts.
This is a place where we had all our trainings
We take it little stones and doing some exercise with stones. It's very important for boxing, Muay Thai training.
Since very young age, every time in my mind, it was idea, if you do anything, you have to be the best. Como profesional, yo tenía mi primera pelea muy temprano. Yo tenía 12 años. Mi oponente era un poco mayor que yo. Tenía como 17 años, llevaba como 5 años.
And it's after winning that first fight that Valentina earns a nickname that will change her life.
My ring name for the fight is the Bullet. And this is the name that gave me again my coach, Pavel. And this name is every time with me like my talisman, I can say. I think my passion for firearms, it was born at the same moment that Pavel gave me this name.
Under the training of Pavel, the sisters burn through the competition, which soon creates a problem.
I started to compete in Kyrgyzstan. Then there was not any competition, like any opponents, and it was like hard to compete already.
So, the sisters moved to Russia.
We started to travel very early. First it was like Russia, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan.
We trained, we traveled, and that was how we lived. Doesn't matter what place, we always travel and train.
Because the training was not only about becoming a complete fighter, but a universal human being.
Pavel, it was his philosophy, opening your mind, your eyes.
If you want to put yourself on the next level, you have to train, but also like speak with the people and see what's happening around.
So despite training full-time, Valentina still graduates from university.
I finished University of Arts.
With an undergraduate degree in film directing.
My favorite character is the James Bond character because it's a person who knows everything. He can drive a car, drive a motor, sail a boat, fly a helicopter, plane. He can shoot, he can dance, everything. And this is idea of universal style. James Bond, he is universal person. That's why in my life, I try to learn something more every time.
The more you experience, the broader your understanding of things, the better it helps all the things you do.
It's interchange. It's something that influence on each other.
In her fighting journey, Valentina crosses paths with a certain Joanna Jędrzejczyk. Not once, but 3 times. Valentina won every single fight.
Valentina Shevchenko, she had so much experience that time already, and it was kind of my motivation to, keep on training and proving that I can beat her one day.
And keep watching because Joanna will definitely be back.
Boogie Woman is coming tomorrow, and she doesn't know what's coming!
The sisters once again run out of opponents in Russia, so they move to Peru.
So you guys just randomly picked Peru? Like, let's just go to Peru.
It was Peru, Ecuador, Brazil.
Okay.
And I don't know why, but we went to Peru first. It's South America. It's that far. You don't know what is there. It's so interesting what is there. We were reading a lot of books about like culture, but it's still so unknown.
We now living with my sister Antonina Shevchenko in Peru and train there. We are walking here, going to the motorbike around the island, swimming, because for me, I cannot live without any water.
We started to give classes, we started to give seminars all around Peru, Latin America.
And people, they wanted to learn, they were hungry to learn.
We started to travel from one city to another city and starting to discover Peru, the food, the tradition, the different weather, the different climate.
There is jungles, Amazon River,
mountains,
absolutely totally
altitude.
Different wild world.
Then you are just completely disappear with the nature and you feel so unique and you just don't want to live.
In Muay Thai, I became world champion in 2003.
In my Muay Thai competition, MMA competition, I was 17 times world champion.
25 world titles, I think they have. Well, just ridiculous success.
These really are world-class world champions.
For me, dancing in martial arts, it's like yin-yang. The dance with which I work out, it's dance of warriors. It's named as Vinka, and it's like some kind of meditation before the fight. I cannot say that martial arts, it's a part of myself. No, martial arts, it's myself, it's me.
But a twist of fate awaited the Shevchenko sisters, as events were about to take an unexpected turn.
Hey, I'm, the one doing the narration here.
I'm afraid you're not.
Morgan Freeman?
Oh, dear boy. Hello, Patrick.
Winnie?
You're goddamn right.
What's going on? Why am I tied? We're getting shot!
No, Patrick. You are.
By who? Valentina? How?
I hired her. She has a unique set of skills, quite suited for this particular moment.
You can't afford her.
Oh, yes I can. Thanks to the sponsor of today's video, Sundays for Dogs.
But why would you do this?
Don't you remember? Many months ago, you've exploited my insatiable palate purely for entertainment purposes and fed me subpar quality food.
That was only once.
Still, absolutely unacceptable. And I'm afraid I wasn't the only one offended by it.
All right, dude, I'm sorry.
I deserve better.
I know. Let me make it right, okay? What's Sundays for Dogs? Stop!
Sundays is fresh dog food made from a short list of human-grade ingredients. We're talking 90% meat, 10% vegetables, and 0% synthetic nutrients.
That sounds delicious, but frozen food is inconvenient.
You're incorrect.
She's getting closer. Listen, I can't die yet. I haven't done the Conor McGregor doc.
The food is air-dried, so it's easy to store. You just pour, serve, and voila, happy Winnie.
I like that, but healthy food is too expensive.
Sundays cost 40% less than other healthy dog foods brands and ships right to your door. No more excuses, Patrick.
Okay, we'll try it.
Promise me.
Winnie, she's coming closer.
Promise me.
All right, I promise you.
Say it like you mean it.
I promise you. No!
Get 35% off your first order of Sundays. Go to sundaysfordogs.com/Patrick or use code Patrick at checkout.
After living in Peru for 8 years, the sisters relocate to Thailand.
What is Muay Thai? It's Thailand. It's spirit of Thailand. Tiger Muay Thai became our home gym, one of the biggest gym in all Asia. Hi, Chan. Okay, come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to the cage at this time, representing Tiger Muay Thai, Valentina Shevchenko.
And it's while she's on a trip to Bali that Valentina receives the call.
Mi manager, él llamó y dice que UFC está buscando un corto reemplazo y en 2 semanas quieren que yo pelee con Sarah Kaufman. Y nosotros ni siquiera lo pensamos, acepté.
But there's a catch.
In Muay Thai, Valentina was in category 125.
Back in 2015, that weight class did not exist in the UFC. So Valentina is forced to compete at 135 against bigger opponents. For her second fight, the UFC puts Valentina in a cage with a lion. After that fight, Amanda would go on to become the champ in the 135 and 145 pounds division, but it wouldn't be the last time she'd face Valentina. Before that would happen though, Valentina would have to face death.
There was an incident that was like a life-threatening situation.
Yeah, it was 1 month before the fight with Holly Holm in Chicago.
Valentina and Pavel were back in Peru sitting in a restaurant.
Yo estaba sentada mirando a la salida. Y vi como entran 3 personas armadas. And they started from the beginning, like to hitting person, to shouting at them and taking their belongings, and like just everybody was so scared. Y yo dije a Pavel que está pasando, él me mandó esconder. And
Pavel just acted very quick, and he decided to defend everyone because they was very cruel to everyone.
Cuando empezaron tiroteo, todos los ladrones se fueron.
Your coach got shot, right?
Él recibió una bala. Yo tomé taxi.
We went to the hospital.
When it happened, I couldn't think about nothing, just about health of my coach.
My mind, it was so disordinated. It was totally, I didn't know what to do.
Yo sabía que sin Pavel no puedo prepararme bien, porque también mi mente estaba como totalmente en otro lado. Pero primero que él me dijo, sigue entrenando, nosotros vamos a volver y hacer todo con doble fuerza.
Here we went through these crazy things, and now we are here, and I think all that happened, it's made us more stronger. Not only me, just whole my team. It's made us more unique.
After defeating Holly and Juliana Pena,
Valentina Shevchenko by submission!
Valentina earns a rematch against Amanda Nunes, this time for the title.
After 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. Tony Weeks scores the contest 48-47, Shevchenko. Sal Diamano scores the contest 48-47, Nunes. And David Therry scores the contest 48-47 for the winner by split decision. And still!
The outcome of that fight is still being debated to this day, but the luck of the Shevchenko sisters was about to turn. In December 2017, the UFC finally opens the women's 125 division.
It's exactly her weight where she feels comfortable.
Finally, I can fight where I feel the best.
Flyweight division. Say hello to your worst nightmare.
After dominating in Muay Thai for years, Antonina also makes the jump to the UFC.
My next goal was UFC.
It looks like there's going to be 2 Shevchenkos in the UFC now.
Antonina, you have now made history. You and your sister Valentina are now the first sisters to fight together in the UFC.
I'm so proud of us. Muay Thai sisters, Shevchenko sisters.
Valentina then gets the opportunity to fight for the flyweight title, where she meets a familiar face. After dominating the 115 pounds division for years, Joanna makes the jump to 125 to face Valentina.
Her name is Joanna Champion. It has become a part of who she is.
Here we go! We're making history!
Anything she's ever lost, she has remembered.
And we are going to fight in MMA rules, not Muay Thai rules.
$1 million check for me.
Now we're preparing for her next fight, and I think we will have this belt.
I will not wait, not 1 second. I just will go to the octagon and will take what is mine.
Hammer, you ready? Fight!
During the fight, Valentina throws one of her favorite moves at Joanna.
You could see how powerful this kick is.
I mean, that sounds like someone is slapping the bag with a baseball bat.
In my fighter career, I did many knockouts with spinning kick. It's very dangerous for your opponent and dangerous for you too. Why? Because if you miss, you don't have a protection.
So Valentina Shevchenko and Joanna Jędrzejczyk go the distance.
New UFC flyweight champion of the world, Valentina Bullet Shevchenko.
I'm so happy. Yes, I'm happy.
For the first time in 8 years, Valentina comes back home. The homecoming wouldn't mark the end, but the beginning of the Shevchenko era.
She's so nasty. Listen, I don't know who's going to be jumping up, screaming for Shevchenko. I can tell you that.
Like, Valentina makes you pay. She makes you pay.
It's going to take a Herculean effort, many would think, for somebody to dethrone her at 125.
She went down to the range in Texas, and the guys who run the range were like, the way that lady shoots, she shoots like a special ops soldier.
Oh my God.
Like, she's a straight up killer.
Yeah.
How are you going to beat her? She does everything perfect.
But as Valentina dominates, Antonina struggles to win consistently. She seems instead to fall in love with a new passion.
You know, my sister, she's recently became private pilot and she became in love. I would like to extend my fighter life as long as possible because I love it. I just love it. But sooner or later, I see my life in aviation as a pilot, and I would like to be a bush pilot flying in Alaska or airline pilot.
Wow. We lived in Texas for 2.5 years before we moved to Las Vegas. And I think being here, it's to recover all power from the trainings and get some good and positive energy for the next week.
Valentina defended her title 7 times before competition started to close the gap.
Any final message for your adoring fans on the eve of another big championship fight for you?
Feel strong, confident, very, very strong. No matter who, no matter where and when, keep brave them all. I'm on a mission. Let's do it.
Valentina wins by decision against Tyla, but for the first time in 5 years, she looks human.
Valentina, she lost her last fight, you know?
I thought Tyla won that fight. I think it definitely showed that, like, she's human, you know? She's not going to win forever. She's not going to be the champ forever. I think everybody knows this.
And obviously Valentina's been a champ for a long time, right? So how long have you been game planning for how I would beat Valentina?
Of course, I've been watching her career for a long, long time.
Do you think Valentina is ripe for the taking?
Well, first, I've been a fan of her since a long, long time ago. She's someone I aspire to be like. I think that every fighter, you can study better, you can study patterns better, and I think that every fight we can get closer to understand her game better.
After losing her belt, Valentina flies back to Thailand to train for the rematch. fight ends in a controversial draw. Back to square one.
Hi, Valentina.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, you too?
I'm fine. How I describe my journey to get where I am, like mountains with ups and downs, with all kind of emotions. It's really, I can say, it's all kind of emotions. To understand the full picture, you have experienced everything.
What has it been like to go through the experience that you have?
You don't have somebody closer than your sister. I have my sister as my best friend.
She's very joyful person. She's happy. She loves music. She loves dance. She can be funny. She's an example for me in all our life.
We live together, we work together, we train together.
And every part of my life, she is here.
Guys, we can't talk about UFC siblings and not bring up the legendary Diaz brothers. Now, consider yourself warned, they could not be more different than the Shevchenko sisters. But if you're not familiar with their story, check this out right here. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you there.